Chapter 13. Black Metal Piece. Seeing Shin not at Xiao Yan's words, Jia Liao's mouth started twitching. He curled his fists and stared coldly at the calm and impassive young man before him. Jia Liao's underlings, seeing that their young master was quite angry, quickly walked forward and surrounded both Xiao Yan and Xiao Xian, their gazes revealing their bad intentions. Even though it was deep within the market, there were still quite a few people around, and they turned their questioning gazes towards the surrounded group. Xiao Yan and Jia Liao had quite a reputation in Wu-Tang City. Xiao Yan for his fall from genius to cripple, and Jia Liao for his less than honorable encounters with other women. Even though they were infamous, they were still well known within the city. Looking Jia Liao's group's movements, Xiao Yan's brow jumped in on his young face. A hint of confidence creeped. Lightly turning his head, he whistled towards a spot within the market. Seeing Xiao Yan's actions, everyone turned their head to the direction in which Xiao Yan whistled and saw the market guards furiously coming over under the lead of Pei-En. With his fellow guards, Pei-En rushed towards Xiao Yan quickly. The market's guards surrounded Jia Liao's underlings, who were surrounding Xiao Yan and Xiao Xian. Third young master. Anything wrong? Walking up to Xiao Yan, Pei-En swept his glance over Jia Liao and then respectfully asked Xiao Yuan. Xiao Yan lightly smiles and turned to face the green-faced Jia Liao. He nonchalantly said, "Jia Liao, young master, this market is controlled by Xiao clan. Are you sure you want to fight here?" Jia Liao's eyes revealed his fear for Pei-En, but he immediately sneered at Xiao Yuan. "Do you only know to rely on your clan? If you are a man, what you want to say is, if I'm a man then I would fight you one-on-one. Right?" Xiao Yan waved his hand and cut Jia Liao off. Jia Liao sneered again, and with a hint of challenge, he said, "Yep. Are you afraid?" Looking at the arrogant face of Jia Liao, Xiao Yan helplessly sighed and puts his hand up to feel his forehead. Moments later, he raised his head and shrugs his shoulder, and with innocence and naivety, he asked, "Jia Liao, young master, I would like to ask, how old are you?" The edge of Jia Liao's mouth twitched and he doesn't respond. "Big guy, you're already 21. How old am I?" 15. You're actually asking a kid that hasn't performed his coming-of-age ritual to fight you. Don't you feel that your request is over the top? Don't you feel embarrassed?" Xiao Yan's innocent appearance was so realistic that Yun beside him couldn't help but let out a soft laugh. Haha. Hearing the young man's words, the mercenary and merchant stall owners also let out laughs. Xiao Yan was right. At his current age, Xiao Yan could only be considered a kid, but Jia Liao would be considered an adult. A challenge of this kind made everyone look down upon Jia Liao. The laughter of the crowd was like a bucket of cold water and helped Jia Liao regain his calm. From Xiao Yan's maturity and calmness to his impassive attitude, it was extremely easy for people to forget how old he really was. Therefore, after Xiao Yan said his age, Jia Liao finally remembered that the young man standing in front of him was only 15. Gnashing his teeth, Jia Liao looked at the leering guards behind Xiao Yan and realized that he didn't have any chance of retaliation today. He could only shake his head and coldly say, "One more year and you'll be undergoing the coming-of-age ritual rite. Hey, I think that someone as crippled as you, once you've finished the coming-of-age ritual, will only be sent to some remote and poor village. At that time, you won't even have the power to enter Wu-Tang City." Pretty pitiful. Xiao Yan lightly smiles and nonchalantly shrugs his shoulders. Jia Liao's eyelids flickered. He didn't know why, but whenever he saw the calm face of the young man in front of him, a mysterious rage boiled within him. You're only a cripple and trying to act like you know everything. Forcefully suppressing his anger, Jia Liao let out a cold HMPH and with a wave of his hand, commands his underlings to exit the crowd. "Oh right?" His steps stopping, Jia Liao seemed to have remembered something and turning back, he said. Xiao Yan, young master. I heard that your Xiao clan had their marriage with the Nalan clan revoked. Hey. Actually, that isn't unexpected. With your key talent, you just can't match the Miss Nalan. Haha. After saying that, Jia Liao left laughing. Xiao Yan's gaze coldly followed the exit of Jia Liao, tightly holding Shuner, who was about to rush out. He quietly said, "He's just a mad dog if he bites you. Why should you bite back?" But he went too far. We can't just let him off like this. Her eyebrows furrowing, Xian indignantly replied, "There will always be an opportunity." Xiao Yan smirked, and the coldness coming from his voice made Pei An shuddered. A lion's bite might not be that scary, but a lion that knows patience is another story. A scary one. Uncle Pei An. Sorry for troubling you. Xiao Yan turned back and smiled gently toward Pei An's group. The previously intense atmosphere all of a sudden changed into a light-hearted mood. Impressed by the control over emotions that Xiao Yan exercised, Pei An's smile was reinforced by a sense of respect. Even with Xiao Yan's lack of talent, Xiao Yan's future accomplishments probably wouldn't be too shabby with his mental prowess. Haha. Third young master joking. This is Xiao clan's territory. We wouldn't allow Jia clan to do as they please here. Pei An smiled, and seeing that Xiao Yan started to look around, he quickly took his leave along with his men. Looking at the exiting Pei An and his group, Xiao Yan turned around and ruffled Shuner's hair and said slightly forcefully, "A level 1 monster core made you forget your morals. You know as well as I do what kind of person Jia Liao is. The moment you take his stuff, he would definitely ask for favors." Straightening her hair, Xian Earth lifted her hands upwards. "He wanted to give it me. It was free." Xiao Yan rolled his eyes and didn't know whether to laugh or cry. "It isn't like that's something precious. Did you really need to act like that? Don't forget, you're the young genius in Xiao clan." Xian wrinkles her nose and raised the bracelet on her wrist. She taunted. So Xiao Yan Ji has also been noticing Shuner. Xiao Yan stayed silent and pulling on Shuner's hand, they walked towards some stalls deeper in the market. After walking past quite a few stalls, Xiao Yan's feet finally stopped. He bent down and stared at a green orb that still had a trace of blood on the stall and said, "I have finally found it." Moving his hand across the stall, Xiao Yan was about to grab the monster core when his hand stiffened. A strange foreboding struck his mind. Licking his lips, Xiao Yan continued to pick up the monster core, but his gaze, as if by accident, swept across the stall. Moments later, his gaze landed on a piece of black metal that was displayed beside the monster core. The black metal piece seemed extremely old, with many specks of rust and even a couple spots of dirt. It looked as if it had just been excavated. "Hey, Yan brat. Buy the black metal piece. It's something good." Right when Xiao Yan was confused about why he felt such a strong feeling towards the seemingly worthless metal, Yao Lao's voice sounded in his mind.